Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a backup of your WordPress website using Updraft plugin. So let's get started. So go to plugins and add new. So we are going to install UpdraftPlus plugin now. So just write down UpdraftPlus and the second option, UpdraftPlus WordPress backup plugin. So just install that, and I'm going to show you how to use it and the main features, and also I'm going to show you how to restore the website in case of failure. So let's activate it now. After activating it, you will get like a pop-up saying that it's the world's most trusted backup plugin and so on. So just press here to start. So it will directly take you there. But anyway, if you don't see that pop-up, just go to settings, UpdraftPlus backups, and you will see this. So I'm going to close this pop-up, this showcase and so on. I will show it myself. So when you open the Updraft, you will get some notifications. You can ignore all of them, it's not important, so close it up. My web server is doing light speed. It also gives like a warning, but it's okay, just ignore it. So the first tab is backup and restore. So it's the most important tab, where you make a backup and where you restore it, and you can also download that backup to your computer, and also you can upload that backup to a remote storage like OneDrive or Google Drive and so on. The second tab is migrate and clone. I'm sure that it's a paid option where you can move or clone or transfer your website to another domain or another web server and so on, another hosting. So it makes it easy. I have used it before 1 or 2 times, but I thought it's not worth the time, and I didn't really like it, so I'm not going to recommend it. There is another option how you can migrate the website. I will explain it a bit later, but yeah, you have this option. So if you are interested in this thing, you can try it out and see how it goes. Okay, the next tab is settings. You can set automatic backups of your files and database. Now by default it's set to manual, but you can like set for every 2 hours or daily, weekly, monthly. What it means that like UpdraftPlus is going to automatically create a backup every week or so, and you can also retain the backups. So it's very important, because if you have a limited space on your web server, so then you set the retain option to 2. So what it means that you have 2 backups only every time it makes the automatic backup. So if you have already 2 backups, so the last one will be deleted and replaced with a new one. The next option is you can choose a remote storage. As you see, there are a lot of options, but not all of them are free. Some of them you need to purchase a premium for that. There is also a premium version of UpdraftPlus, which is also very interesting. With UpdraftPlus, you can basically take a overnight backups, because at the day your web server can be a bit busy with the users and so on. So UpdraftPlus Premium has that options to take overnight backups. Also, you can send your backup to multiple storages, but also only with premium. So I'm not going to set up a remote storage for this tutorial, but you can do so if you are interested in remote storage and not saving it locally or on your hosting provider. But yeah, I really recommend to upload the backups to remote storage and don't keep it on your hosting provider, because if your hosting for some reason bans you from using their services, then you will have a hard time. So scrolling down, you will see some extra options. What files do you want to include in the backup? So plugins is very important, 100% yes. Themes, 100% yes. Uploads also. Then you can exclude some folders from the uploads folder, like backups folders from another plugins. This will increase the backup size by a lot, so just exclude them, you don't need it. You can also exclude any other directory found inside WP content. There will be a lot of files in WP content. You can also exclude them if they are not important. The UpdraftPlus already done that for us. They excluded the default ones, but if you have anything else that you don't need in the backup, so you can add exclusion rule here, and after clicking it you will see 4 options. What do you want to exclude, like a file or directory or all files with the extension name, like specific extension name, and so on. If you have UpdraftPlus, you get some extra options like a database inscription, so for extra protection and so on. You can also select get an email to your email address that includes a basic report, which means it will say that your backup was successful and it was uploaded to your remote storage, or just something like that. Then we have some expert settings. The most important option in the expert settings would be split archive every 400 megabytes. So for example, if your website uploads folder especially is like 5 gigabytes, split archive is set to 400 megabytes, you will have a lot of small packages of uploads folder of 400 megabytes. So I recommend, if you have a decent hosting provider, set it at least to 1000, maybe 1500 and so on. But you need to keep in mind that the higher the value, the more server resources are required to create the archive. So you need to be careful with this. The save option, of course, is 400. You can also increase by a little bit, like 600 and so on. So I'm going to leave 400, the default one. Yeah, and you can also select the backup directory and so on. It's not very important. You have also other options, but I don't think you will need them. Okay, so let's go to another tab, Advanced tab. In the Advanced tab, inside information, you will see some basic information about your web server. I don't think you need to change or edit anything. Just you can see some information like memory limit and some versions and so on. Okay, so lock settings, it's for Updraft Premium, so not going to cover that. If you have Updraft Central, so it's like websites of UpdraftPlus, you can connect it and so on, because if you have Updraft Premium, you will need to do this. Then you have a ability to, if you have migrated your website to another hosting provider, you can run the migration tool that replace old URLs to a new URL if you have changed your URL to something else, but it's also in UpdraftPlus Premium. But there are other free options to do that, so it's not that important. The thing that I like to do always when I install UpdraftPlus, I'm to go to Advanced Tools and Site Size, and click count on each of these, and you will see how big your website is basically. And then when you see how much your folders are in size, then you can go to settings, scroll down and increase your split archive average, so you have less backup files to download, because UpdraftPlus doesn't make like one big file of 5 gigabytes. It splits in smaller ones, so your web server is not so intensive in resources when creating that backup. And yeah, then you have basic options like export and import settings and wipe settings when you like finish with UpdraftPlus, you want to delete it, you can wipe everything and so on. Then you see a premium extensions tab. You can go and look through this if you're interested in the premium version. The free version is totally enough for most people, but as you can see that premium has a lot of features, that are basically very useful, but if you have money for it, you can do it, but the free version is totally enough. So let's get back to the most important part of this tutorial. So let's create a backup. So big blue button, click that. Oh yeah, so it's saying that I didn't save the settings, but that's fine. So after clicking that big blue button, you will see a pop-up saying take a new backup, and you will see include your database in the backup, include your files in the backup. These are most important things in a backup. You can click on these 3 dots, and for database you can select which database tables you want to backup, so it will take automatic all of them. Only UpdraftPlus Premium has that option, so I'm going to close it. But for files we have the flexibility. So for files we can choose for plugins, themes, uploads, any other directory found inside WP content. So usually I unselect this one because it doesn't contain most of the time the files I need, and another for future use. For you can keep this selected, so that's fine. Okay, if you have the remote storage, you can select this, and you can also select this if you want the backup to be deleted manually. Cool. So let's click backup now, and you will see that backup has started. You will see the last log message. Then you can download the most recent modified log file if something went wrong, and you will see a progress bar now showing the progress on how it goes. So the website is pretty much very small, so it will be very fast, I think, to make a backup for this. I can click show log, and we will see everything that he's doing right now in real time. So you can see that it makes now uploads folder, and you can see that backup has finished. Below existing backups, you will see that UpdraftPlus is using 113 megabytes. You can click refresh if for some reason you need to do that, and you will see the backup itself here. You can click on database, plugins, themes, uploads and others, and then you can download it to your computer. You can also delete it, or you can browse the content of that backup. Then you have a blue button saying restore. So if you click that, you will be able to restore this backup. The second button is delete, so you can delete the backup. So for some reason you make a plugin updates. I think I don't have any updates. Yeah, no updates. So for some reason you have updated Elementor plugin and it crashed your website, and you made a backup before that, you can restore to that point before updating Elementor. So I'm going to, just to show you how that works, I'm going to restore the website. So click that. I'm going to select to restore everything like this. Maybe I won't restore the database, but you need to select this 100%. Click next. It will say that everything is perfect, everything is successful. And I will click restore and you will see the process that everything is being restored. It won't take much time because the website, as I said before, is pretty small. And yeah, so it will restore it and everything will be set as before at that point when the backup was taken. So yeah, we don't have much uploads. Yeah, everything is successful, restart successful. And you can click go back, and when you click go back you will see your backup has been restored and you need to click delete all directories. So just click that. So we need to keep everything fresh and clean. And yeah, that's it. And I will make a video showing how to move your WordPress website to another hosting or domain name, that everything works and so on. So check my channel for that. And thanks for watching. And I hope you found this tutorial helpful. And yeah, and bye bye.